Farmers across Delhi, Haryana and Punjab have been on the war path.
These are videos of farmers across India protesting against two bills passed by the government.
The agriculture bills,
farm bills,
farmers bills.
Some feel that this move will improve agriculture in the country.
आजादी के बाद किसानों को किसानी में एक नई आजादी देने का काम.
This is a farmers' liberation day.
The 1991 movement for agriculture.
But others think it will be a disaster.
कि ये किसानों के लिए आजादी नहीं, किसानों की गुलामी है.
This bill is anti-farmer and this bill is a
death warrant of the Indian farmer.
Farmers now have the freedom to sell their crops to anybody they want to. But these protests aren't a fight for freedom. They're a fight to remove freedom.
When a farmer has to sell his crops, he has two options. His first option is a local village trader. These traders give loans to farmers and then they buy crops from them at really low prices. The farmer barely earns anything. His other option is the Agricultural Produce Market Committee, known as the APMC or Mandi. It's a marketplace which is supervised by the government. The Mandis conduct an auction where the crops are sold to the highest bidder. Only traders who have a license are allowed to bid. If no one buys the crop, the government steps in and buys them at a fixed rate. This rate is called the minimum support price or MSP. It ensures that farmers get a decent price for their crops.
The mandis sound like a very good idea, but they have some serious problems. The farmer has to pay mandi fees to sell his own crops, and these fees go up to 8.5%. This is excluding the bribes that go to various officers and commission agents.
कितना के पैसे लेंदे पर बोरी कोई होई दी?
ਉਹ ਲਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਜੀ ਰੁਪਈਆ 2 ਰੁਪਏ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰਕੇ.
The traders of these mandis have formed cartels. Here, the traders come together and decide to bid at very low prices. Hence, the farmer is often forced to sell his crops at rates below the minimum support price. These traders make it difficult for new traders to get a license and buy crops. This reduces competition and the farmers don't get the right price. Mandis were created to help the farmers, but now the same mandis are exploiting them. States like Maharashtra and Gujarat have changed how these mandis work, and Bihar has completely removed them. But even after these changes, the mandis still have a lot of problems.
this exploitative element that the new bills aim to remove.
How do these bills affect farmers? These bills are a part of the government's vision to double farmers' income by 2022.
They allow the farmers to sell their crops outside the mandis as well. If they choose to sell outside, then they don't have to pay mandi fees. They can also decide their own prices and negotiate with the buyers without any middlemen. This means that the farmers will get a higher price for their crops.
Farmers can now sell their products across the country since the barriers of trade have been removed.
This farmers bill gives a means for contract farming, enables farmers to engage with agribusiness firms, processors, wholesalers, and others with solid bargaining power.
The second bill explains how a farming agreement is to be designed. It also takes into account the interests of the farmers and the terms of payment and delivery. It also states that the buyer cannot acquire the land or make any permanent modifications to it. These bills encourage big companies and foreign players to invest in agriculture.
If these bills are so helpful, then what's the problem? Why are the farmers so angry? Why are they protesting? The farmers are protesting to save the mandis and the MSP. But if you remember correctly, we did not talk anything about the bills affecting the MSP or the APMC in any way. Because these bills do not remove the MSP or the mandis. Then why are the farmers still protesting?
The farmers feel that the new bills will force APMCs to become useless because everyone will start trading outside the APMCs for better prices. But no one is forcing farmers to sell outside the APMCs. They still have the freedom to choose where they want to sell their crops. When corporates enter into the market, they will take the place of commission agents and they can also get into price fixing.
Farmers will have no right left on the price that they get.
Many small farmers will have no bargaining power whatsoever against these big companies.
There are agri-businesses and companies on one side which have deep pockets and also legal resources on their side. There are small and marginal farmers on the other side.
These protests are mainly centered in the states of Punjab and Haryana. And this is because 70 to 80% of the crops in these states are bought by the state government at the MSP. Now the farmers are scared that the MSP will be removed. But the bills don't even talk about the MSP, so it being removed is out of the question. And that means the MSP will continue to exist in the mandis. The farmers are also asking the government to increase the MSP and guarantee it outside the mandis as well. This will protect them from being exploited by the corporates and big industries.
The farmers have more freedom now. But these bills raise some serious questions.
Will the markets outside the mandis be regulated? If it's not regulated, then how will farmers be protected in this new market? Why isn't the MSP applicable outside the mandis? These questions are very important. Most of India depends on farming, and many governments have launched schemes to help these farmers. But their lives haven't improved. They still face a lot of problems, and many end up taking their own lives. These bills aim to improve farmers' lives by giving them more freedom, but their implementation will decide whether this freedom is helpful or not.